you know, have you heard, have you watched, have, have you heard, have you heard about Princess Diana? Diana? Yes. Okay, have you heard? Have you watched? Like on TV? Have you heard? Yes, I remember perfectly Princess Diana. I was young, I was a teenager, and I think she was probably the woman the most talked, about in Gossip magazine. And I have to admit that she was often on the cover of magazine. I really remember that part. I think when she was at the royal family, um, the the time where she was at the with the royal family, the lady that people were talked often on Gossip magazine usually was Princess Diana and Fergie. Because I say Fergie because that was the name they put um, on the magazine. That was the name they put on the magazine. Fergie, often, and I think Fergie was or is Prince Andrew ex-wife. So yes, I remember she was often on magazine, Gossip magazine. They were always filming her. So the first time I heard about the word paparazzi really is with Princess Diana when she left the royal family. I mean, I have few memories of that. I have some memories, a little bit of that because yes, I was 14, 15, and I think she died in 1997. So I was 16 years old. I remember that very much. Why? Because it was one night, and I was in my hometown, of course. I was coming back from I don't know where. I opened the door, and they were on TV, on living room. There was the French channel, TF1, 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 and I think it was TF1, and they were talking about it like a breaking news. I found the news, it was like a breaking news, and they say that the Princess of Wales, who was Diana, because now it's Catherine, who is now the Princess of Wales now, but the former Princess of Wales was Princess Diana, of course, and they say that she was involved in a very tragic accident, and I remember that very much because we saw the video footage of the car under the bridge in Paris, the Alma, under the bridge Alma, and it was in Paris. It was night, if I remember. It was under the bridge, so I didn't know it was night or even. I think it was night because it was under the bridge and there was light. And then the car was completely affected. Like you could see, it was hurt something. And they say that the two person on the side, who was like her fiance and the driver, if I remember, you can correct me on that, died on the spot, and she was still alive when they were talking. I mean, at the moment they were doing the breaking news because the bodyguard and her was still alive, I think. So we will see just the team, rescue team, ambulance. That's what they said, but I didn't. She wasn't dead at the moment, but they told us that. I think days after they finally say that, yeah, she passed away. And I remember that, okay, I remember a little bit of her because I was young. She was all over magazine. She was the woman who I probably talked the most on Gossip magazine, especially when she left the royal family. And she was beautiful. She was a very beautiful woman. And I remember some of the, but not like I remember exactly all of her. But yes, Princess Diana, her name was very often said, and yeah, she was often. And what I remember also is yeah, she was married to Prince Charles. I mean, things already knew. People talk about. Camillas, the story of this and that. It was really known. I remember that women, in town, you go to, because my one of my aunt was a hairdresser. So when you have people, women going to speak, they will be talking about a lot about Princess Diana life. It was like a serious, like a TV series, serious, TV series, series. Anyway, you see what I mean? Like a sitcom. I don't know, not sitcom. But some people will be sitting and talking a lot about Princess Diana. I remember that even in the. I mean, this is a little country in Africa. People will talk about Princess Diana and talking about her sky, talking about how beautiful she was, talking and saying stuff like, yeah, because Prince Charles doesn't know what he's lost or didn't know what he lose. Stuff. Like women were very like talking about this woman like as if they were like they knew her, that they were like very supportive of the woman, supporter. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I remember that very much. Women would talk a lot about Mrs. Diana, a lot, a lot. The admiration, it was real. I don't know how she took the heart of so many people in the world. I don't know. And yeah, I remember when she died, it was very sad because we used to see her with her sons. And yeah, people were kind of worried about how they will grow up without their mom. But I can tell you, I mean, me, I think I was really pleased with the way I was. I saw that the royal family did a lot of job. The royal family did a really good job because I see that Queen Elizabeth really raised her grandson very well. And I mean, I remember, I mean, people were worried that they lost their mom and such, in a very dramatic way. And we had kind of an attachment for them in a way that we were seeing them on magazines like, oh, Prince William is growing up, stuff like that. Prince Harry, but the person was most often talked on magazine and gossip magazine also was Prince Harry. I remember sometimes they always say, because I didn't see Prince William a lot after a certain time. Then years later, we saw him on an interview talking about, I mean, introducing his fiancée, who was Catherine at the time, and you see how, yeah, we were happy because we saw that how he's now, a gentleman. He's very, he's taking his responsibility as a while, and he presents Catherine, and people were very excited. Even the marriage, I remember the wedding they had in London. I think it was Simple Cathedral. I don't remember where the cathedral was, but it was a beautiful wedding. Catherine was beautiful with her beautiful dress, and her sister Piper almost stole the show because her dress was so beautiful. And we were very happy. I don't know why. We were like, no, Princess Diana can really be at ease. She could, we were thinking about her like her son is doing well, and they had this beautiful wedding. And I remember my young sister asked to a friend who was going to London, please bring me a mug, because there were a mug of them, Catherine and Prince William, their wedding outfit, and people, want the picture, and it was on the mug, and my sister, she got it, and it's still there in her living room. She was very, people were very excited, and I remember that very much. What can I say? Yeah, I mean, I think, and then later on you have Prince Harry who got married to the American actress Meghan Markle, who, I mean, I don't understand what happened because we were very excited. People were very happy for him, like, wow, he married, you know. People were very happy for him. Like, seriously, me too, I was very happy, like, wow, and such and such. But what really, really confused me at some point is when they left the royal family. And it's kind of worrying because you don't understand why your wife will be isolating you from your family. And I don't know, people say, oh, it's a good thing that he left his family because they are so toxic to him for the family and such. I don't know if Queen Elizabeth could make would allow that Meghan Markle would be in a situation very dangerous for her life. I mean, they already have the very sad situation of Princess Diana who died because of paparazzi and such. I don't think that the royal family was taking such situation very lightly. It's sad because they left royal family. I don't think it should have happened like that. I don't think that that's my opinion, huh? That Prince Harry will be happy in California what she took. I mean, when a woman loves you, she cannot cut you from your family. It doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, people say that he himself also is okay with that. But me, my understanding, this is my take. Prince Harry, he's a royal. When you do not understand me personally, I haven't grown up in a royal culture. You know, countries who have a royal culture, royal tradition, they don't think like us. I even saw that even at church. People who are Christian, but who come from a country where royal culture or a people where royal culture is a part of their life. They don't worship God the same way than us. It's difficult. They understand the notion of kingdomship. They understand the notion of king, prince, you know. And I don't think that Meghan Markle really understood it. I don't think that she really dived into into the the English culture, into the royal culture. And I felt like the way I saw it, it's like she wanted to be like to cut and change the tradition. Who are you? I mean, to come into a very old tradition, a wild culture. And then I remember in the Netflix documentary, it says something. It says something like when he took Meghan Markle to meet his grandmother, the Queen Elizabeth too. He said that he was his grandma, but then at a moment he even said in the documentary he says something. He said, "I told Meghan that's the Queen." You see, I don't think she really understood that the old woman who was sitting there was, yes, indeed, his grandma, but she was also the Queen of England. She was an institution. I don't know if she really understood because at the moment she said, yeah, I had to do the reverence. I felt like a little bit that she didn't understand. And being a member of royal takes a lot of responsibility. It's not about you, it's about the people. And if you listen sometimes to some interview that President Diana say, serving, and I'm not sure that she will be pleased with the fact that Prince Harry will be living in California. Why? Because when she left the royal family, I don't think she really wanted to leave. And she had opportunity at some point to be living. People asked her, even proposed to her to live in New York, and she didn't. Princess Diana had everything she could to go. She had all the opportunity. She could go living in America. And she had this proposition, I think I watched it in the documentary. And she didn't. Obviously she didn't. And she talked a lot about serving. You know, like you are privileged to be born royal and you have to serve the people. So for that reason, I doubt that she'll be pleased with the situation that Prince Harry is living in America. I'm not sure. I think uh, he will be, she will be pleased to see that, happy that his brother, who is next in line of succession after King Charles III, will do the job, and then he will be like, you know, super for his brother. I don't think that the fact that they left like that will make her happy. I don't know. This is my understanding. It doesn't have to be yours or, but I'm not sure. Now, I really believe that Meghan Markle didn't take really time to really know the wild culture. And if they were racist, I mean, are we not going to be very surprised? It's this old institution, and yeah, if they were racist, You knew where you were going. You knew where you were putting your feet were. So don't say that you were surprised because you are liberal and you find yourself in a very traditional conservative culture. It's a little bit, I don't know if they are like the Spanish royal. I don't know. They're even maybe more. I don't know. And time will tell. I mean, if he's very happy there in California, because it's two different worlds. California and England, completely different. And I don't know how. Do you remember when Simba in the Lion King of Disney, he left, he ran away from the lion of the land of the lions, remember? And then, well, Mufasa, his father died. But then Simba tried to live another life, Hakuna Matata, with Pumbaa and Timon. But what happened? With everything he was trying to live, like, oh, I'm living happy, I don't care. What happened? Nala came. And Nala came to remind him what? You are royal. You are royal. It's in you. It's in your gene. It's in your DNA. When I was in high school, I met a girl. She was from a royal family in Africa, of course. Of course, the way she was, the way she was. I mean, I didn't. And then one day, I had a question, but she never talked about it until one day someone told me, no, she's the granddaughter of a royal king of the country. I say, oh, I understand. People who are royal are royal. You cannot put a royal in something. I don't know. I don't know how they handle that, but it's sad because I think Meghan Markle should have learned from her fellow actress and citizen, the American actress Grace Kelly. When Grace Kelly was a well-known actress of the old days. I mean, she's Hollywood royal. When I say why, because she was an Academy Award winner actress. She had a very brilliant career in cinema, in movies, in cinema. So she could just say, you know what, I'm going back to America. But when she married Prince William, it was like a commitment. She knew now that she belonged to a principality. She belonged to a kind of to a royalty. She stayed in Europe. She stayed in Europe. I'm sure that she would want to go back and live in America, but she knew she was married to Prince Rainier. And she stayed in Monaco. That's where she belonged with her husband. I mean, let's see. I remember Princess Diana very much, the Princess of Wales. Now, Prince William and Princess Catherine are the Princess and Princess of Wales, and then also the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, if I remember, and Prince Harry and yeah.